Hello people and welcome to yet another episode of Sandman's Tackle Time. Tonight we're going to do one on tackle boxes, as requested. What do you take fishing? What do I take fishing with me? What's in your tackle box? What do you need? What do you not need? How do we help new people to the sport of fishing? What do they need to know what to take? That's what this is about. So first of all, I'm going to break this down into 3 episodes for this one. First of all, we're going to do one on the beach box. This is my beach box. This is what I use when I go fully loaded. Beach fishing, pier fishing, whatever. This is my big box. That's what I use. Following on to that, we're going to go into this Yuki bag, which I purchased from Moonfleet Angling. Cracking place, cracking bag, really good quality. This is the bag that I use for light work. If I'm going scratching down on the pier, mainly the Blenny Hill. The Blenny Hills, if you don't know, is a competition that I run up on the river where you're there. And you just need to go light. You don't need to be taking a great deal of tackle with you. And that's what I use for up there. Then we're going to come on to this fella. This fella is the holy grail for me. It's got all of my terminal tackle in, my rigs, terminal tackle, my fast links, my Gemini clips, you name it, whatever I make, the chances are it's in there. Why is it in there? Women. I had gay line all over the place, and you know what they're like, they'll twist on 21, get that moved, you've got this line here, that's lying there. And I'm like, oh, all right, well. She's got a good point. I didn't really want one of the kids getting a hook into them, so I got this from B&Q, and it's all in one place, so happy days. Right people, as promised, I'm back with the beach box, or better known as the Shakespeare beta box. Nations of people out there have gotten them. They're nothing new, they're nothing special, but they're very, very popular. How have I got mine set up? First of all, I'll start on the outside at the front. The stickers mean absolutely nothing. They're there for sure, that's all. Just rather than being a black space or a black object, you just bunny it up. A lot of people do it, they're covered in stickers, that's all it's about. So that's all the stickers is. You've got a cam lock on the front, which is just there. That just locks off your lid to stop it coming open. That's that bit. On the top of the box, I've installed my own fish sizer there, just with 4 screws and a bit liquid nails on the back of that to well secure it. Because the way I look at my tackle box, me personally, is I like to utilise that space as much as possible. What can I cram into that space the most efficiently? That's the way I like my box anyway. So, we've talked about that bit, the top, now the back. As you can see, I've got a breakaway conversion kit on. I think these are an absolute godsend. They're brilliant, fantastic. Not so good over long journeys in my opinion. If I was going to fish, let's say a mile walk away from where my car was parked or whatever, I would maybe shy away from using this and maybe go into a rucksack just to be a little bit more comfortable. I've seen them where you've got pads on the bottom and stuff like that to ease it up a bit. But me personally, I would probably go to a rucksack or something like that. But other than that, fantastic. The reason I've got the bungees on for is I just take one off. There's one there. And I've got another one just round by there. Right. Now that I've got them off like that. Now, if I've got my box cram-packed with fishing tackle, obviously, my flask, I will I suppose a couple of sandwiches up for me dinner, this, that and the other, your box is going to get pretty full. But if you're doing a bit walking around like that and you didn't want to put your flotation suit on, or you've got a jacket, and you might want to put it on the top of it. I know some really good match anglers, Kenny McCoy, Sean Golightly, lads like that. They all put there, they've got like a bait bag that goes on top of them, and then you use these guys like bungee straps to come on. So what you would do is you put your jacket on, that comes straight over, and you would just slot that underneath your cam. Story of my life, I kind of feel the war. Anyway, we'll go there, and then that one there will come there, and that will keep you well secured. And when you want it to come on, you just simply unloosen them off, take whatever you're doing, and that's it, you're sorted. So a couple of bungees, I think I got them you can get them out the pawn shop, obviously for £1, but I wanted something with a bit more quality. The reason being, we're in salt water, this, that and the other. and I thought I'll get a decent quality one, and I got these out of Halfords. They cost us $3.99 for the pair. They're good, thick, chunky ones, so with a bit of luck, they'll last a while. Anyway, so that's all I can say about the outside of the box. Let's get to the business end, the inside of the box. Welcome to my box. There we go. Right, first of all, I'll talk through the top bit, what have I done. As you can see, I've got various articles connected to the top of the box, and all it is this stuff. It's sticky back Velcro, that's all it is. It's fantastic, this stuff, it really is. You cut it to length, you peel it back off, you clag it on, you do the same to the article that you want in a stick, clag, it's done, it's there, finished. So I've put a strip across there. There's my nail clippers. I've got several pairs of nail clippers. There's my spanner if I need to do some work on a reel for whatever reason. There's my threads. You'll notice that I've got 2 rig winders here. The way I've always done all through my fishing career is I've always had 2 rigs ready. I know I'm going to a match or pleasure fishing, whatever I'm doing. I want to get into my box and just grab 2 rigs. 2 rigs. I'm on baiting one up. Bang, that's out. I'll come to the next rig, and that rig's sitting there, baited up, ready on my stand. And then 20 minutes, 25 minutes later, when you're ready to change your bait, you just like that, swap and change all the way through the night. But I always like to have 2 rigs ready. The Tronix rig winder, you can get yucky versions of these. There's several different versions. They're all fantastic. They do the same job basically, especially if you're going to use 2 hook flappers. That's one of the main reasons I like to use these. Like I said on a previous episode of Salman's Tackle Time, how many times have you gone to use a 2 hook flapper, you've wrapped it around your hand, you've put it in your rig wallet, you come to get it out, it never comes apart, does it? It always knots up, you know it does. So for me, that's where these are. These are the future. Simple as that. Anyway, so we'll put that back. So we've got a couple of rig winders there, another cotton, another spanner, which is for a different reel. You can get reels that's got different size nuts on X, Y and Z, so it's just a different size one of them. And another couple of pair of nail clippers. As you can see, I've now got a couple of Dave Mills, more commonly known as Dameltech Solutions. Cracking lad Dave, keep up the good work mate, I'm a big fan. And anyway, the lad come and fished the same water the other day and mentioned that I asked him if he had done us a couple of the reel tidies that he does. He said he had, and he dropped them in for us, fantastic. These things I take for me, they're absolutely great. I had a pair of, if you can bear with us a moment, I haven't got them to hand. No, I haven't. Of the breakaway ones that come with the breakaway conversion kit. You know yourself, you get the black little rubber bands, they always perish. How many times have you opened your lid and your reels has been sitting in the bottom of your box? Well, if I've got my story right, I was talking to Dave one time and I asked him how did he test these. And he said that he'd been getting a Shakespeare beta box. He'd installed his reel tidies, or whatever he calls them, and he threw it down the stairs. More to the point, he opened the lid and the reels were still in situ, which is fantastic to me. I think these are retailing for about £7.50. See Dave himself, I'm sure he'll sort you out. You won't be disappointed. And another thing, when you buy Breakaway's version, I mean I've used Breakaway's reel holders for a long time. Correct as if I'm wrong, but they only seem to hold Abu rails or Agios, you know. But as soon as you get a reel with I mean that's the new Daiwa Saltist. As soon as you get one with the gearbox on the side, but this is the Daiwa, you can see there that's a Penn Fathom, and they've got the gearbox on the side. The rail always seems to sit like that. Obviously Breakaway didn't think of that one, but hey, Dave has. And I take the hat off to the lad. Very strong, cracking idea. Slot in straight away, no problem at all. You want it out, just pull it down, and it's straight out there. I've pulled it a little bit too far. Never mind. And it's straight out. Anyway, that's enough of that. While I'm on talking about Dave, another little gadget that I'm getting off Dave is this little fella. If you can just see it there. I got this from Andy Rutherford's. I think it cost us $1.99. Very simple, but very effective. How many times you lifted your lid up when that wind's blew? Boom, and it's wrapped your fingers. So I've installed this little guy here. However, Dave's come up with another idea where it's a hydraulic ram. I'm sure plenty of you have seen it. I will be installing one of them because I think that's a bit of a better idea than this. saying that, it's still a cracking idea, so well done, Dave. Fantastic. Anyway, that's Dave out the way. What else have I got in my box? Again, this is just another rail tidy. That's a Penn Fathom. I always like to carry several rails. That's Daiwa Saltist, the new lever drag rail, Penn Fathom. At the bottom of the box there, I've got another Fathom 12. That's loaded up with £50 Spectra braid. That one's loaded up with £50 Spectra braid. And this guy here is loaded up with £20 Asso, the new Asso hard skin line, which I'm a big fan of. I might add, it's really good stuff. Cracking line. Anyway, so that's that. Then if I was to just briefly remove these rails, you can now see other bits and bobs I've got. Here is the bait loaders. A lot of people talking about these lately. In fact, I'm going to do a batch just to keep these lads happy. Like, I hope you enjoy them when you get them. They're very, very handy. So I'll be doing a batch of them. All I've done is I've drilled a little 2.5mm hole. That's all I've done, just there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll point at it with that. 2.5mm hole, that slots in. Done. There's another spare one, in case I lost that for some reason, or somebody was to come up with us on the page and say, Paul, have you got a bait loader? There's one there. And there's the Big Daddy. I'll just pull that out. And there's that one there. And again, it's just a 2.5mm hole drilled in there. It's nice and tight. It sits there. It's there every single time when I open my box. So that goes there great. Anyway, coming on to the tray, I've just got one of them breakaway trays that you get for your sinkers. The jury's still out on this one. I'm not so sure about it. I still go to my box time and time again and the sinkers bounce out, which is a bit of a shame. I know Dave's come up with an idea of a black tube. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it's a good idea, but for me, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, it's not. For me, it's not for me, that's all. So, the jury's out on the tray. I'll have to see what I can come up with later on, see if I can sort something out with that. Anyway, so we've got the tray loaded up with sinkers. That side, I've got some £40 Amnesia line, that's for hook studs. Here's now where I'll think about Amnesia, cracking line, really good stuff. On the other side, that's the good old Blue Marlin for shock leader. That just sits on the other side like that. Right next to that is a roll of that stuff, insulating tape. We look at that on a day-to-day basis and go, that's a roll of insulating tape. Really think about it. That's got 1,000,001 jobs, that thing there. That's pulled me out the SH1T quite a few times. So I always like to carry a roll of insulating tape. No bother about the colour, but it's always handy. Now, how many times have you been sitting on the pier and your mates come and say, got a bit of tape spare, mate? Ah, it's in the box, help yourself. So, anyway, let's move them out the way. If you would like to come in closer to the box and have a quick look, as you can see, I've got a tray that I've installed myself. This here. All it is a piece of square conduit. I cut it a length, and when I was putting the screw in on the cam, if you can come to the front, that screw actually holds that tray in situ with a little bit of glue, obviously, to help us out. Now all I've got in there is just a couple of pins, just bits and bobs, elastic bands, spare batteries, just general bits and bobs that's just happen to be there. So that's that. Coming off that tray, you've obviously noticed this bar of rig tidies, if you want to call them that, whatever they are. I wanted to have something simple. I just wanted to be able to go into my box and grab a rig without opening a rig wallet. So I just went up to it. I'd look at what rigs was on the line, and I'd just simply pull one off. There's nothing complicated about it. All it is a piece of 16mm dowel. You get a 16mm drill bit. You bore out the hole on the Tronix rig winders. I'll just show you one now. If you actually look at that Tronix rig winder, it's already got the hole in it. So you just put the middle of the drill bit in there, and it's just like a mandrel drill bit. You don't need to put it in a drill, you can, but just do it by hand if you want. It'll put a perfect 16mm hole in there. Just keep on shoving them up. And if you look at the side, it's got a screw there. And obviously at the other side, it's got a screw there. So when you're fishing away, you can simply help yourself to whatever rig you want. when you come home and if you've had a bad session, you've lost a lot of gear, or you just need to change them, just go zap, zap with your drill, take it out, refill it back up, back together, it's done. Simple as that, nice and easy. Anyway, so that's that done. The other thing I've done, if you would like to just have a quick look, is I always like to carry a pair of pliers with us. If you can just see that there. That there's a Leatherman. There's the sticky bag Velcro. Pop that open. There's a Leatherman. Very sharp, very, very handy piece of kit. Knives on it, good set of pliers. And it's got a multitude of sins, that it really has. Multitude of uses. Anyway, we'll put that back into there, and that's that. On the other side of my box, I have got a pair of scissors. Again, sticky bag Velcro. I know Dave Mills has come with an idea with the scissors that slot in. I will be coming to see you, Dave, because I think that's a great idea. So, them go into there. They just slot there. That's great. On to the next bit, what's actually in my box. I carry two of them. And if you're wondering what them are, you think, oh, what's them, what's them? I was fishing on Sunday gone in a match. The sun went down and you'd think somebody had just turned the fridge up. It got absolutely freezing. I got yam and my hard lad was like a walnut whip. She was hoping for something, there was no hope in hell. I couldn't think of anybody I liked anyway, but that's another story. So I've went and bought myself a couple of these. That's the Zippo version of a hand warmer. And actually I didn't have to tell a bit of a lie, because I didn't actually buy this one. This one I was given it by a good friend of mine, and that's the Peacock version. I've bought this today from an Army Naval Supply store. It cost us $19.95, and the Peacock ones I believe they're a little bit more dear, with around £30. But take it from me, you fill these up and I think you get about 12 hours out of that. That can just simply slot in your pocket. You know yourself, you've just baited up on one of them cold winter nights, and your fingers, oh, you're freezing. Just put your hands in your pocket and it's there. Lovely. Absolutely fantastic. So, in my eyes, $19.99, well spent. On that one, John Thompson, you know who you are, I know you watch the videos. Thank you very much, mate. You've got 2 bait loaders coming your way. Anyway, so that's the 2 pocket warmers. I always carry a couple of lamps. Here I've got 2 1800 Cray lights. I've had several versions of Cray lights. I've had them from 1200 lumens right the way up to 2000 lumens. For me, there's no difference in the brightness. I mean, saying that, my mate's got one of them new 5500s. It lights up the whole of Seine Harbour. I think it only lasts a couple of hours. He didn't get that long out of it. For me, if a light, if you're bringing a fish in, you've got a beam of light that's on the water right in front of you. You're reeling in, there's a beam of light on your reel. You're baiting up, there's a beam of light on your bait. Isn't that enough? It is for me. That's that. So 1800 lumens, 2000 lumens, somewhere around there. Absolutely great. You get about 8-9 hours out of a charge of batteries. That's fantastic. I always carry a couple of sets of, a set of batteries. There they are there. You can purchase these off eBay for, I think it's about $3.99 or something, for a pair of spare batteries, just in case one of them does nap up. The next thing that I carry is this little guy. All this is just a bits and bobs box. It's got, like you've seen many a time, there's the good old rock and bottom rigs that you've seen us make in Someone's Tackle Time. There's the Gemini clips that you've seen us make. There's my version of the Imp. It goes on and on, just various terminal tackle that you use, and you might need to put some on, so they're just all in there. That's all there is. So that's that. Last but not least is this big fella. Just in case I want to change my rigs to something different, I haven't got something on there, or I want to go to the big boys rigs. I tend to like the big cod rigs. I've got them in there. Like I said before, I tend to favour these for the likes of your 2-hook flappers, stuff like that. But when you come up to your big cod rigs and stuff, I stick them in there. As you can see there, they are there, just various rigs. Sakuma Manta extras, 4s and 5s, and the new Chinook hooks, what you saw us talk about the other day. And if I open up the other side, that'll be the same again, just loaded up with rigs. This rig wallet I paid a straight 20 quid for it, from £20 for it from Andy Rutherford's down there in Roker Avenue. I do believe there'll be a good chunk of your leading tackle shops will sell this cracking rig wallet. A little bit big, but not. I think it's nice. Really, for a lot of I think about 30 rigs or so in there. So with these, so that's that. Anyway, so that's the end of the beach box. That's all I can really tell you about it. I hope for all the new starters out there, I've showed you what's in my box. I'm not saying I'm no expert, I'm far from it, but this is what I take with me. I get the odd result here and there, so I must be doing something right. So with a bit of luck, it helps you lads out there and what you should and maybe what you shouldn't take with you. Anyway, so that's the end of the beach box. Like I say, the next episode will come back with the Yuki bag, and I'll talk you right the way through that, and we'll just do the same exactly again. One on the bottom, got one on the top, so they better one on the bottom. Boys and girls, there's a nice little